I might need to add myself to the stream. Hey guys, how are you doing tonight? How's everybody doing? I was in the back. I wasn't even on the stream. So I saw that Isabel's doggy got tested for diabetes today. That's no fun. I don't like that. I'm going to go up to the top of the chat a little bit. I was trying to read some of your guys' chats because they was pretty funny. Did you guys see your new emojis as I'm looking at your guys' chats? It's warm in here now. Of course. As soon as I come on live, it gets warm. But you know what is great about living in today's world? I can control the thermostat from my seat. So I'm just going to turn it down a little bit real quick. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm either really, really hot or I'm really, really cold. There's no in between for me right now. So forgive me. But hello, Alicia and Kathy. And I saw Diana was in here earlier. I think she came back. I saw her towards the end of the chat. And Isabel, how you doing, Isabel? 2 injections a day. Oh, you woke up with a stiff neck, Nancy, because you took it. That's what you get for taking a nap. Can't take a nap. Can't even lay down anymore. Hey, Alicia. I might have said that already. Hey, Jan. Just going down through the chat. Hey, Kathy. If I miss someone, I'm sorry. Arlene. Sometimes I go kind of fast, and Nina, and then I miss people. Mindy, if I miss you, be like, you missed me. Hello. And Donna, I have my glasses. I probably should put them on. But I had them on earlier when I was like reading through the documents. So I took them off for a little bit because I don't want to get headaches from, just getting new glasses. Hey, KDP. Welcome in. Hey, Maribeth. Hey, Amanda. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Brooklyn. There's little Brooklyn. Catherine. Well, I'm glad to see everybody. It's good to see you. Hey, Frenchie. Hey, Tammy. Man, you guys are loading me up tonight. Virginia Wolf. Hello. Hey, Music City Mom. I think most people come in and say hi to the summer, really. Hey, Reba. And Sue Ann. And who else? We got Glowbug. If I missed you, I'm sorry. It's like I said. I'm good, Sharon. How are you doing? I'm doing really good today. Today's a good day. You're too young for menopause, Tanya. Mindy, I don't know. It's something. So they're thinking, hey, Cheryl, they're thinking it might be, well, no one's tested me yet. I got to go get tested. But I'm going to get tested for, I was telling you guys in our members only live, I think it was on Sunday, they're going to test me for POTS, which is like something that you get after having like trauma, I guess. You can just like get it. It's just a disorder. And you'll just get really hot, like you get hot flashes. And it's just something, I should have asked her. The girl that told me about it, my counselor today actually told me, she has it. I wonder if there's medication or something available or some sort of home remedy I can do. Because she told me to eat salt and drink some water when it happens next time and see if that helps. So if you see me drinking salt water, don't mind me because I am going to try it. It's good to see everybody. Hey, Ivy. I was wondering where you were the other day. I said, where's Ivy? Hey, Dee Dee. Hey, Brianna. I think I made it to the end almost. No, man of God. I didn't. Hello. And Elisa, if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. But I tried to get everybody tonight. Sergio, there we go. I think I got us all. How's everybody doing? Like I said, I think everyone's doing okay. Seems like it. Seems like everyone's in a good mood. I'm going to put the link for our channel membership in the chat in case anyone ever wants to join. I try to do that in the beginning if I don't forget. And I slipped my notes in this. There they are. So I got out my old notebook. This are like my old like thing of notes because I used to take notes like, well, I still do, but I could print them out. I print out the internet. I'm so bad. But I use back and forth of the paper. So I try to use both sides because I use thicker paper. But I was going through my old notes over the Idaho case, and I was just like, wow, there's Cindy. I saw you earlier, Cindy, and she just became a member because you were the first name I saw. Hey, Cindy, how are you doing? And I don't think I said hi to you, though. But what was I saying? I don't even know. I don't even know what I was saying now because we were talking about that. But anyway, so about my notes. I went to back to my notes and I was like, wow, like just the way that we thought back then, it's pretty much the same as we were thinking now. We pretty much think the same way. I like watched a couple old videos of mine and I was just kind of like giggling because I was just giggling. Hey Tori, I think that I used to do better. This is bad. This is bad for me to say. I think I used to kind of do better with like my old intro when I would come in. I was reading it. Now I forget what it was saying, but it was just like the way I worded things. I liked it. I don't know. But you guys probably didn't even notice. And thanks for becoming a member. Oh, and Sharon, thank you for becoming a member. That's awesome. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So like I said, if you want to become a member, don't forget, if you guys don't mind, to just take a second to hit the like button, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get on with tonight's live. There, like I said, there was new documents that came out today. So cool new documents. We love document day. And then there are, so before we get started, there are 2 new emojis. So we can actually do, I think if we get like 5 more members or 6 more or something like that, like then we can get like 3 more emojis. So it's so weird that YouTube does that, but they limit your amount of emojis by the number of like subscribe or members you have. And I think I don't know how many emojis we have right now, but we have a good amount, and we can always like replace emojis and stuff too, like, you know. But so we did the Cheez It emoji because I thought that one was like, you guys actually thought of that one, and that one was very funny. And then we did the earrings emoji, and the earrings, like they have like these little mad faces on them. I don't know. I just saw like when Vincent was looking for earrings last night, they had like mad faces, and I was like, those look funny. So I don't know if you can really tell with the earrings, but that's going to be, I told Vincent that like, if anyone ever needs me, just drop those earrings emojis real quick and then I'll know. Hey, Richie, how you doing? Yeah, some documents came out today. Hey, Elbeam. Welcome in, everybody. I think just one set of documents, but I'll refresh because sometimes I refresh and then there's more that comes out. And then sometimes they just go away. So I have it like downloaded. Wait, did they? Did we already read that? But what's today's date? The 12th? What's today? Oh my gosh. Oh my, it's the 14th, guys. Yo, my days are like not here. My days are not here. That's funny that I thought it was that far along. Let me pull this up here. And I'm going to make it as big as I can make it. Oh, is it going to make me show it like that? It might. Let me see. Unless you guys can see it. No. I'm sharing on a different page. I'm not used to sharing it like this. So let's see. Just want to make sure you guys can read it as well. And if so like normally what I'll try to do for the documents, I'll let me see. I'll put the state. If it's for the state, I'm going to have it in pink. If it's for Brian Kohlberger, it's going to be in blue. And then if it is for just like a court document and it's like a random court document and I don't know what side it goes on, then I've been doing them in yellow. That way, if you come in on a live and you're like, oh, who's she talking about? What side is she talking about? You guys will kind of know. I'll try to make sure I let you guys know in the beginning of the lives too. Nancy sticks out. Yeah, she does. She's watching over me. And if you guys can think of any cool emojis that you guys would want, I did put a community tab out there. And I think the one that got the most likes right now is a professional headshot of Legendary. So I might have to get him to get me a professional headshot. That's so funny. That is so funny. Okay. I'm going to take this stuff down. And I didn't get to read a whole lot of my old notes, so I'm going to go back through and read those because I think they're going to be kind of interesting. So let me see. How do I see this document? There we go. Let me grab my glasses real quick. And I'm just going to turn off my camera while I read this one document, just because it's on a different page. What happened to Nancy? Why is Nancy mad? Hey, Danielle. I thought I saw someone else come in. Tammy, I said hi to Tammy. There was someone I thought. If I missed you, I'm sorry. No, it was Victorine. I saw Victorine. Hey, Rises from Ashens. I didn't see you either. If I didn't say hi, I'm so sorry. I saw you, and then sometimes I feel like I say hi with my face, my eyes. Okay, let me grab my drink real quick, and we'll read through this. Okay, this is so weird. So it's the state of Idaho, versus Brian C. Kohlberger. And can you guys see that okay? Everybody okay to see that? I think it's good. I'm going to move that iPad over here so I can see you guys better. It says, objection to defendant's second motion to stay proceedings. Comes now the state of Idaho by and through the Latah County prosecuting attorney and objects to the defendant's second motion to stay proceedings. So basically, you know how Brian's been wanting to, he keeps wanting to get a stay on the proceedings, but he doesn't want to waive his, right to a speedy trial. So in a way, to me, that looks like he's just trying to get more time without having to really give his time. So this is going to be their objection to that. So it says, objects to the defendant's second motion to stay proceedings because the defendant has not factually asserted a substantial failure to comply with the Uniform Jury Selection and Service Act. His motion should be denied. Introduction. Before ever reviewing any of the grand jury materials to determine whether a violation of Idaho's Uniform Jury Selection and Service Act had actually occurred, the defendant was determined to obtain a stay in this case. And so he filed his first motion to stay under Idaho Code 2-213. And that was on June 13th, 2023, without knowing whether he had any basis in law or fact to make such a request. The defendant asked this court to grind the litigation in this matter to a halt because he intended to contest the indictment and desired to discover the grounds upon which a file motion to dismiss related to how the grand jury was selected. The court declined to grant relief under that subsection and instead issued a limited stay ordering that speedy trial be told for a period of 37 days. Remember, they have 37 days on their on the clock now, that they got an extra 37 days because of I thought it was more because it is because of discovery. They are still getting it from the prosecution, so the prosecution has to get it, review it, and then give it to the defense. It says order staying time for speedy trial was on, and they filed that July 7th, 2023. The state has moved to reconsider that order, and argument is set for August 18th, 2023. Having now reviewed the grand jury materials provided since his initial motion, the defendant has delivered on his promised strategy. He seeks a stay to buy more time to challenge the indictment in this case. In support of his second motion to stay, the defendant submitted the affidavit of Ann Taylor filed under seal. Through that affidavit, the defendant argues for a stay relying solely on Idaho Code 2-208 or 2-208, and 2-213. This motion, like the last, should be denied. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, Shao. Where are we at? So the argument here. So argument A is the defendant's allegation regarding juror bias and statements of the court during the jury selection process do not fall within the scope of the Uniform Jury Selection and Service Act. So basically what Kohlberger is going to, and his attorneys are saying in this document, is that there were certain documents that the grand jury didn't fill out correctly or that just weren't done correctly. And and these questions are you'll see what they are here in a minute. And the state is saying, well, even if that is true, for one, it's not their job to actually look over the paperwork that the grand jury is writing. It's the court clerk. And they have some good arguments about it. So it says the Uniform Jury Selection and Service Act is concerned with the procedure mechanisms put in place by the court in selecting grand jury and trial juries. Specifically, the purpose of the act is to ensure that all persons selected for jury service be selected at random from a fair cross-section of the population of the area served by the court, and that all qualified citizens have the opportunity in accordance with this act to be considered for jury service in this state and an obligation to serve as jurors when summoned for that purpose. Idaho Code 2-202, to that end, the act prohibits discrimination against jurors on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, national origin, or economic status. Idaho Code 2-203, emphasis added, establishes the process for appointment of jury commissioner and the process of reimbursing the jury commissioner for travel and other expenses. Idaho Code 2-205 establishes the procedure by which jury lists are compiled and maintained. Idaho Code 2-206 sets forth a procedure by which the courts must update those jury lists. Idaho Code 2-207 establishes the procedure for the court to issue juror questionnaires and summonses. Idaho Code 2-208 and sets forth other processes and procedures to ensure that grand and trial juries are fairly selected from a reasonable cross-section of the community. The act does not address, nor does it provide a remedy for individual jury bias or statements made by the court during the jury selection process. Thus, to the extent that defendants' concerns are based on such allegations, it says, see affidavit of Ann Taylor, such issues fall outside the scope of the act and cannot form a basis for the stay defendant seeks. Subsection B, argument B, defendants' allegations regarding the exclusion of clerical information on some of the questionnaires do not fall within the scope of the act. So this is what Brian is saying. Defendant asserts that the court-issued questionnaires constitute a failure of mechanicism in drawing a grand jury pool. In support of this argument, defendant asserts that some of the questionnaires did not include certain numerical information at the top of the page. However, the information referenced by the defendant is not required by the act. See Idaho Code 2-208. Further, this information is not even included in the model form promulgated by the Idaho Supreme Court. See Idaho Court Administrative Rule 62, subsection C, Appendix A, available, and it gives you the website there. It says, model juror qualification questionnaire form that does not include the information referenced by the defendant. Thus, this issue falls totally outside the scope of the act. Argument C, defendant's suggestion that courts should maintain separate qualified jury list for grand jury and trial juries misreads the plain language of Idaho Code 2-208. Through Ms. Taylor's affidavit, defendant argues that the Idaho Code 2-208 states that individuals must be randomly drawn from a county jury list and that the jury commissioner shall draw a requisite number of qualified jurors for one or more panels or for the grand jury. Thus, the defendant asserts the panel was improperly brought in as a grand jury. Later, the defendant again points out that the language of the statute uses the word or between jury panels and a grand jury panel. This is misreading of the plain language of the statute. Idaho Code 2-208 provides that the court or any other state of county official having authority conduct a trial or hearing with a jury within the county may direct the jury commissioner to draw and assign to that court or official the number of qualified jurors deemed necessary for one or more grand jury panels, or as required by law for a grand jury. Upon receipt of the direction and in the manner prescribed by the court, the jury commission shall publicly draw at random, by use of a manual, mechanical, or automated system, from the county jury list, the number of prospective jurors specified. Jurors. Thank you guys for being here. Hey, Half Pint. Hey, guys, welcome in. Hey, Donna. Hey, Dan. Oh, we got Dawn. Sorry, I said down. What is that noise out there? Can you hear that? I don't even know what that noise is. Must be like maybe rain. I don't know. Can you hear it? Hey, Papa. Papa, don't preach. How you doing, Elliot? I don't know what that noise is. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to get off topic there, and then I sang to you a little bit too. That noise just stopped. That's very weird. You can't hear it? Okay, good. Just as long as you guys can't hear it, it's fine. It just sounded like running water, like outside of the house. It sounds like it's stuck almost. Hope the house don't flood. Okay, sorry about that. So Idaho Code 2-208, plain or emphasis added, plainly the word or appears because the requisite number of jurors for a misdemeanor, felony, or civil trial jury is not always the same as the requisite number for a grand jury. Because I think the grand jury is 16, and the 16 regular, and then if you have a regular juror, you have 12 regular jurors, and then you have some alternates in there. So nothing in the act requires that the court maintain separate lists for grand or trial juries. The court shall decline to entertain this misreading of the act. Argument D, as the remainder of the defendant's allegation, he has not alleged a substantial failure to comply with the act. Even if the defendant can factually establish that a violation occurred, defendant has not met his burden of demonstrating a substantial failure to comply with the act. Instead, defendant asked the court to enter a stay in this case by raising allegations of technical violations without ever explaining how any reach the substantial standards set forth in the statute, apparently inviting the court to apply a strict liability standard. But the act does not sweep so broadly. Only a substantial failure to comply can trigger a stay. Upon motion filed under subsection 1 of this section containing a sworn statement of facts, which, if true, would constitute a substantial failure to comply with this chapter, the moving party is entitled to present in support of the motion the testimony of the jury commissioner or the clerk, any relevant records and papers not public or otherwise available used by the jury commissioner or the clerk, and any other relevant evidence. If the court determines that in selecting either a grand jury or trial jury, there has been a substantial failure to comply with this chapter, the court shall stay the proceedings pending the selection of the jury in conformity with this chapter, quash an indictment, or grant other appropriate relief. Thus, to obtain a stay, defendant cannot merely allege that a violation occurred. The defendant must allege that a substantial violation occurred. Setting aside the claims of jury bias and missing numerical information on the questionnaire forms that fall wholly outside the scope of the act, the court has before it 3 issues related to the questionnaires. So these are going to be the 3 issues that the defense found that was wrong with the questionnaires that they gave to the jurors. How's everybody doing? Everybody okay? Hey, Ashley. Hey, Olivia. Hey, Mike. Hey, everyone coming in. Hey, Elizabeth. I'm just reading this document, and then you guys will see my beautiful face again, so don't worry. And if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Hey, hippie chick. Hey, guys. Did I say hi to you, Richie? I know I said something to you, Richie, but I don't know if I did. Hey, crazy grandma. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get everybody tonight. Princess, I'm trying to make everybody feel a little good, a little extra special tonight. I feel like we need it around the YouTube streets right now. Where were we at? Okay, so this is the first one. So first, that one of the grand juries marked a box indicating that they do not comprehend English. Second, that one of the grand juries disclosed that they were prior criminal defendant. And third, that one of the grand juries did not mark whether they were a prior criminal defendant and did not sign and affirm the truth of responses. The court shall dismiss out of hand the arguments related to prior criminal history, because being a prior criminal defendant does not prelude someone from sitting on a grand jury. Yeah, just because you broke the law does not mean you're above it. And your butt will sit on the grand jury as well, as long as you have not committed a felony. Instead, only those, there it is, with a felony criminal conviction are disqualified from serving on a grand jury. Thus, this allegation falls outside the scope of the acts altogether. The final two allegations concern the duty of the courts to follow up when a juror is not qualified to serve or when a questionnaire is not fully completed. The administrative district judge or administrative district judge designee, upon request or on its own initiative, shall determine on the basis of information provided on the qualification questionnaire whether a juror is disqualified. So that's not up to the prosecution if they're disqualified. Like if they're in or out. If it appears that there is an omission, the clerk of the jury commissioner shall again send the form with instructions to make the necessary addition. Defendant alleges that one of the grand jurors submitted an incomplete questionnaire and suggests that this somehow violated the act, but the submission of an incomplete form is not a violation of the act. In fact, the act contemplates that incomplete forms will be submitted, in which case the statute requires only the jury commissioner send the form. Sorry, I'm gonna read that again. That was kind of messy. In fact, the act contemplates that incomplete forms will be submitted, in which case the statute requires only that the jury commissioner again send the form with the instructions to the prospective juror to make the necessary additions, clarifications, or corrections, and return to the form to the jury commission within 10 days after its second mailing. Notably, the statute requires no additional follow-up after the jury commissioner simply sends out the form a second time. That means there are two problems with the defendant's incomplete form theory. First, just as with the checkbox allegation above, the defendant's affidavit does not even allege that the jury commissioner failed to follow this process in response to the incomplete questionnaires, and thus defendant is not entitled to a stay. Second, even if the allegation had been made, the jury commissioner's mere failure to conduct the mini mistrial task, I can't say that, sorry, ministerial task of sending the questionnaire out a second time cannot accurately be described as substantial failure to comply with the statute. As to the allegation that a grand juror checked a box indicating that he or she did not comprehend the English language, it is entirely accurate that an individual who actually cannot comprehend the English language is not qualified to sit on a grand jury. And the act provides a process by which the court may determine the qualification of grand jurors either upon request or upon its own initiative. It says that this grand juror was presumably able to otherwise complete the questionnaire form entirely in English and to participate in the grand jury proceedings demonstrates that the individual merely checked the wrong box of a lengthy form. So, when it said, do you comprehend English? At that point, she probably was going to say, I probably don't. Maybe she wanted to get out of jury duty or her or him. I don't know. But I just think it's kind of funny. But that's probably really what it was. If you're going to complete a whole form that's in English and participate in a grand jury and everything is going on, you know what I mean? Like if you don't comprehend English, you're not going to be able to comprehend when people are talking to you. You're not going to be able to talk back to those people and things of that nature. So that makes sense to me. More importantly, however, the defense does not even allege that the administrative district court judge or designee failed to follow up on this particular questionnaire. Thus, the defendant has not alleged any violation of the act, let alone a substantial one. And the conclusion is most of the allegations submitted by the defendant fall entirely outside of the Uniform Jury Selection and Service Act. The few that remain do not factually allege a substantial failure to comply with the act. The court should decline to indulge the defendant's already stated intention to buy more time to engage in various litigation strategies. This motion, like his last, should be denied. So I'm assuming we will get the answer for this on the 18th, unless Judge John Judge pulls a Judge John Judge like he did last time and the time before that. Maybe the time before that. But when he was like saying, I'll give you an answer in writing, bye, or we'll take that up at a later time, bye. So I'm hoping that we're going to find out more stuff on the 18th. If you guys wouldn't mind just taking a second to hit that thumbs up for me, it goes a long way. And we're going to get to better stuff now. I promise. That was a little boring. I know, guys. That it's the paperwork's always boring, I feel like sometimes. And other times it's really, really, really good. Hello, Yvette. That's my sister-in-law's sister's name. Hi, Donna. Hey, Sally. Hey, everybody. I'm like, I'm back on the screen now. I can put my camera on and stuff and see you guys. Let me just throw that in the chat if anyone wants to become a member. Okay, let's start. I'm just putting my stuff back over where it was. Hey, ATS, welcome in. And if I missed anybody, welcome on in. Okay, so turn my camera back on. I don't know if ATS has seen Nancy yet. Hey, Giovanna. Did I say that right? Giovanna? I don't know, but I like it. You must be Italian. Hey, Pickle Miamo. So, yeah, we got Nancy back here. I think I'm going to put like a scarf or something on her, like you guys said. Yes, Elisa, you're right. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, we got Nancy in the back. She's cool. She's hanging out. We might have to get her a different tree, though, to go in front of her. That one, I need to get a light. I have a light I could put on it to make it brighter, but Vincent's a botanist, I guess, now. I don't know. He's doing his thing. And he's like, well, if this doesn't like get bigger like in a couple of weeks, we might have to get you a fake one. So we might be going fake in here. Might be going fake. Just going to put up. So we're going to start from the beginning. We're going back in time. Back in time. Like I said, I have like a bunch of notes. I need to go through them and like sort them all out. I wish I would have dated them. I don't date my notes. That's dumb. That's dumb. I should have dated them. But I know that they're old because of like how far back they are. So I know that they're like, pretty old. But one of the first ones on there was, and I don't know why I would have wrote this down if it wasn't like, factual, but remember when Brian, and before we get started, when Brian was arrested, we were on a live. Like when they came out and like they said like what happened, we were live, I'm pretty sure. Because I remember you guys, coming in the chat and telling me. And I was like, what? Huh? That was like my reaction. I think I sat here for like 5 minutes. I didn't say much, but I was going through my notes and remember how we were wondering who he was following, if he was following anybody on social media. Well, I remember that day that we like, as soon as we found out his name, we like went over to like Instagram or something. And I thought from memory that he was following a couple of the girls, if not all of the girls. But when I'm looking through my notes now, and this is when I first started with this case, I thought that Kaylee was the intended target. And I've thought Maddie for the longest time now, but it said on my notes that he was following just Maddie. So I don't know how true that is, but I usually don't, me, I don't usually go with conspiracy stuff. So for me to type that out, like I typed it out in my notes. So we must have went over it on a live. I'm gonna have to go back through my lives. Is your chat acting funny? Okay, if your chat is acting wonky, something's going on with YouTube, just like go out and then come back in, or maybe like refresh if you're on like a computer. But we get kicked out sometimes. Let me see if I can type anything in here. Let me put hey in there. Oh yeah, it's working on my side. No, it would be Diana. It really would be huge. Like, cause, and I'm like, I'm thinking, I don't usually, you know what I mean? I'm not that kind of person. And because like we, you know, we try not to, I'm going to put like welcome to tonight's live so that I can pin it. But we usually like with, like even in the beginning, we didn't speculate really. We did. Now I'm going to be honest. Jack Showwater, he was a little suspicious to all of us, to me, to all of us though, because nobody knew who he was at the time. We had just had the video from the Grub truck. We saw the two girls. We saw a guy standing with them, but not with them. And so for like a night, I was literally like, but I saw and we're going to watch the food truck video today. You see him go right. And in my mind, I'm like, he goes right though, and they go left. But then I was even trying to say like, maybe he went around and like, they met that way, but like the next day I ended up doing, I saw that today. I did a video and I was like, just want to let y'all know this came out. And like, you know, I forget what it was exactly what it was that came out, some article, and it like cleared it up for me. So, hey, Legendary. Hey, Steve. What government agency came up with the term conspiracy theory? I don't know. I wonder where it came from. You bet you do too. You remember that? Okay. I do remember. See, and it's weird because I thought in the beginning for like, I don't know how long. I need to go through like my notes. Like, I really wish they were dated. Really mad about that. But I know in the beginning I thought it was Kaylee, and I think it's because I don't know. I think it just because of her. I think it was literally maybe it's because like her family was so like in the front of it all, and people were just like saying that she had a stalker maybe, and so that's why I was kind of like leaning that way, you know. So you just yeah, you never know. The CIA LTL podcast said the CIA did. Did they? They probably did. I just saw someone else come in too. Who did I miss? Hey Regina. Hey Elizabeth. I thought I missed someone else, but if I did, I'm sorry. I put this picture up too because this is like one of the first pictures that we had. So if you're just coming into the chat and you are a member, don't forget to look over to the your emojis. You have a couple new emojis that we made, and we're going to make another one. So if you guys want to like vote, or if you have like a cool idea, go over to the community tab, and I put a post up there. And like I said earlier, Legendary wasn't in the chat, but I'll say it since he's in here. The one that's winning is like Legendary's headshot. He like a professional headshot of him. So we might have to get that together. So tonight we are going to go, you know, back to the beginning, like I said. But you know, before we go any further, hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you don't mind. And this is, like I said, the first picture that we were in, like we got introduced to, like, you know, these people, like, you know, to Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, and Ethan. And we really didn't know Dylan or Bethany at the time. And I am going to apologize right now. In the beginning of this case, on a couple of my lives, and it was probably because I was probably so dang nervous, but I was calling Ethan's last name Chaplin, not Chapin. So I'm going to apologize now. I was like, oh, when I heard that. And I do apologize in the video, like if I say their names wrong, but I felt bad because I'm like, you shouldn't say their names wrong. So like I said, this is the first picture. And as we go through this series, I'm going to still do the new Idaho updates. So like, this is going to be like just a series. We're going to go back to the beginning and just kind of go like day by day, or like week by week, depending on, you know, how much stuff is out. And so just buckle up and be ready for it. But I couldn't decide if I wanted to start, like whether to start with the body cam footage that came out after Brian was like arrested, or to start from like the night before the homicide. So, because there was a few different body cam like videos that had come out, and I don't know if you guys had seen those. So they came out with the Banfield camera, the body camera with the kids on the Banfield the night of the homicides. And then what was it? The body camera with Xana at 1122, the body camera with Kaylee at 1122, and then there's a body cam of two guys answer the door, and they say that nobody that lives there is home, which I think that they were probably just saying that, because I think that the people that were there were all underage. So I'm gonna grab my drink really quick. Sorry, guys. I don't have to go very far. I just have to go back like two steps to grab a drink. So that's always good. Regina, I never accused a Jack. I thought annoyed neighbor or ski. No, like that's what. Okay, so my first thing was that's what. Well, my only thing, like it's in a video too. I put together like who I thought like would have done this, like the person themselves before we had a suspect. And one of the things, this is before neighbor Jeremy came out with his crazy stuff, but I said, what if it's like a neighbor or somebody within the area that can like be around the house but not be noticed? And I mean, I guess Kohlberger still kind of falls in, into that, but I thought maybe like a neighbor with like a fiance or something. I don't know if you guys were here with me in the beginning, if you remember me saying that, like just somebody that wouldn't feel like threatening, I thought. But then we had him, yeah, no, me, myself, and I said, I'm ready to see all the mountains of evidence against BK. In my opinion, he acted alone and he is the perpetrator. I agree with you. I don't think that he had any help. I don't think that whoever did this had any help. Oh, and on our next live, in the beginning of our next live, or maybe we'll do it at the end of tonight's live, Justin's back. So there's that. It's bad. It's bad. Let me see where my notes are. Okay, so basically tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to start on Saturday, November the 12th, the evening before the homicides occurred, and we're just going to go from there. We can always play the body cam footage throughout like this series that we do. If you guys are interested in seeing any of the body cam, I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. Is he really? Oh, Justin will be in chat. I thought he said he is in chat. I was like, oh no. Yeah, remember last time he hit up my wall, my page. He's like, my attorneys will be contacting you. And I gave him my email and I said, call me, text me, email me. Who's Justin? Okay, so real quick, Justin is a person that came forward in this investigation through Lana at TNT, which he's like throwing her under the bus on his new Facebook post. It's quite the spectacle. And he came out like on her channel and he said that Dylan was involved with this and that Dylan was trans and that she was going to come out. And this was in March. And he said he was bringing the receipts March like 13th, the 10th or something along those lines. And he didn't bring the receipts. He just dropped off of the face of the earth after he received over 1,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel, deleted all of his videos. And now he's back. He's ridiculous. He's ridiculous with what he spews. It's a lot. It's a lot. I might have to pull it up at the end of the live just so I can give you the new stuff that he's just going on a tirade. I'm like, Jesus, buddy, like it's going to be okay. Like, why are you even, I don't know. I don't get it. He's a little obsessive. If you're in the chat, Justin, come on up on panel though, because I'd love to talk to you. He won't talk to me. He knows I won't buy his bullshit, so he won't talk to me. So tonight we're going to go back and look at the Grub truck video, the video of Maddie, Jack, and Kaylee walking down the block in downtown Moscow, and the route that they took, downtown that night and kind of where everybody was. So I wanted to start off with this article from this is from November the 16th. And I just thought it was kind of a good read. It kind of outlines everybody's movements and from on the 12th and on the 13th. And it'll show us pictures of them at like the Grub truck, and we'll watch the video as well. So, and thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate it so much. If you have any questions for me, just let me know. Oh, Phantom Growler, that's a good idea. Vincent emoji. Did you see him? Could you take him serious? Elisa, you could see him. He put his face out there, and it was, you can't take him serious. No, nothing he said. It was all, I would rather listen to like anybody really, but that like it was bad. So I'm just going to run through this little article, and it's going to kind of just get us caught up. I wanted to start with the 12th, and then tomorrow on our next live, we'll go to the 13th, and we'll start with like the press conferences and stuff like that. So it says chilling video shows 2 of the 4 murdered University of Idaho students laughing and ordering pasta at a late night food truck just an hour before they were stabbed to death and left to bleed out. It says, I'm just going to go down here because it'll say all that through the article. It says chilling new footage has emerged of at least 2 of the 4 University of Idaho students who were slaughtered in their house on Sunday after ordering takeout from a food truck and chatting with other kids just 2 hours before they were savagely murdered and left to bleed out. The video was filmed by the food truck operators, Grub truckers, as part of a live stream from Saturday night in Moscow, Idaho. It may hold vital clues as to how Madison Mogen and Kaylee Gonzalez spent their final hours. It shows the pair stumbling across the truck, stumbling towards the truck, ordering a plate of carbonara and pasta, and waiting 10 minutes between 1:33 and 1:43 on Sunday morning. The girls appeared to walk towards the truck from the other side of the street. When they arrived, they were joined by a young unidentified man. He hung back as Kaylee ordered the food, then waited with the girls until they received the order. At 1:53 a.m., the girls walk away in one direction, leaving the young man speaking with others at the truck. He looked in their direction, surprised that they'd walked off, but then is seen walking around the corner in a different direction to them. Less than 2 hours later, the girls were murdered along with roommate Xana Kernodle, 20, and her boyfriend Ethan Chapin, who was spending the night at the home the girls shared. And then like there's some like, this was like the video, but I'll show you the full video. And we can look through these videos or these pictures. And it was like 28 degrees that night. I'm surprised that like they're not more cold, but I guess if you get used to it, I guess when you're that young. I remember like when I was their age, I wasn't wearing a jacket out. Like I remember my mom would be like, you want to take a jacket? Nope, I don't need one. Like when I was like 19, 20, I don't need a jacket. I mean, look at the dude that was, remember the guy, you can kind of see him in this picture, the gym guy. He just came from the gym. He was wearing like shorts and a tank top, and everyone questioned him about that. I was like, oh my Lordy. Okay, I'm gonna do a side note. This is, sorry guys, this is gonna be random for you all. This is a side note because I just could hear my dog. Let me know if you think this could, and I know this is like such off topic, but my dog has been making these weird noises today, like she's trying to breathe really hard and she's making a snorting sound. Could that be allergies? Does anyone know anything about that in the chat? Dogs in the chat. I just heard her do it again, and I feel bad for her. If there's something I could do to help her. It's not like all the time. It's just like here and there. But sorry, guys. I'm back on the Idaho case. I'll just read the chat when you guys give me the answer if you know. She's just making this weird like nasally noise. It's reverse sneezing. Oh, is she okay? Is it allergies? I think it's allergies because I got them too. Dylan and her friend was there. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the comment. Was there, but they didn't speak to them in a video. Dylan and her friend Liz. I seen that was also at the food truck. Why is that rarely spoken on? I didn't see Dylan and her friend here, Indy. T-Spill. Not on. I watched the whole Grub truck video too. I think I watched probably like 3 hours of this thing. because it was like maybe an hour before, an hour after, maybe like 2 hours of it or something. Like, because we were watching it. If you know, though, let me know. If you have a timestamp, I can always look it up. Yeah, Lisa, Maddie was pretty drunk. Alcohol warmed her up. Yeah, she was. She was totally she reminds me of a girl that I was really good friends with, and she looks like her in the Grub truck video, just like the big jacket, the blonde hair. I don't know. It's just it's funny. It's funny in a way to me because my friend would be the same way when she drank. She just kind of be like walking into the crowd, not paying attention, and like I just thought that was kind of funny to me. She didn't care. Okay, allergies. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys. I'm just like, I know wasn't her drunk walk cute. It really was. She was precious, very precious. Um, I did notice though I haven't watched the Grub Truck video in a long time, so it'll be nice to watch it again. But I remember seeing like things the more and more you would watch it, but I never saw her do that. Oh, like the allergens. I wonder if that's what it is. Oh my lord. Okay, thank you, Yvette. Do dogs get that though? Like older dogs get kennel cough? Yeah. She just does it every once in a while. I feel so bad for her. I'm like, she's my baby. She's my oldest girl. And like like, I don't know, it's like it's weird. She's like trying to snort out it feels like that's what she's trying to do. Like get this, like she has like it's like pepper goes in her nose or something. Oh, okay. Dogs running eyes and nose. Okay, she's good on her eyes. I don't think her nose is too wet, but I'm going to look after her now. Catherine, thank you. Or I mean, okay. Hello, Catherine, and thank you, Papa Roger's son. I appreciate that. Thank you, Richie. Oh my lord! I know. As soon as I said that, let me see the picture. That's, oh my gosh, you guys make me laugh. Allergies. Okay. Them allergies. Well, we do, like where we live, it's called the Valley or something. And I didn't realize it either. And I got really like, it was bad. I'll go over this part and that little thing in a minute. I was just going to show you these pictures. And then Joe Vitta is the guy right here in the tan jacket, the big guy. He, this guy here. So I don't know if you guys remember, but he had a TikTok page and he came out and he said some things. He was defending Jack Showalter in the video. And he said, as soon as these people, like whoever, like as soon as the cops get a suspect, he was going to delete all of those videos off of his TikTok because he didn't want to get fame off of like that. He just wanted to be there to like take up for Joe Showalter. And he did. He ended up deleting all of the videos as soon as Brian Kohlberger was arrested. So I think that says a lot about a person. Diana said Papa Roger's son. I know we had Papa Rogers in here. We had Papa Roger's son. That's what I'm going to do, Angela. I think I'm going to give her a little Benadryl. Make her feel real good. Hey, Doodlebug. Hi, Ida. If I missed anyone, welcome on in, everybody. And thanks for letting me know about my dog because it makes me nervous. I don't like that. I think I'll play this. Maybe we'll see what it's like 37 seconds. So we'll see what it says or does. I think it's just a picture. Dang it, it wouldn't let me pause on that. I wanted to show you guys right where that was, because that was like right where that Linda Lane footage was supposedly came from. But it won't take the picture off. It's making me mad. But right here you can see it. Let me go back. Oops. Like this building here, I think. Shoot, I wasn't done with that. There we go. We were just looking at the pictures. Okay. I was just making sure I was still in there. So I think these are all the pictures that we just looked at. It says, when Kaylee placed the order at 1:43 a.m., the server, Joseph Woodall, welcomed her by saying, "Welcome back." Speaking to DailyMail.com on Wednesday, he revealed that he mistook them for two other girls who had been there earlier in the night. He said the community is now scared and dubious about why police believe there is no reason to panic. What everybody is talking about now is not knowing why police are saying we don't have to panic. Nobody is panicking, but no one is walking around at night either, he said. Woodall, the manager at the truck, said that the pair were slightly intoxicated, but didn't stand out among the dozens of other kids he served. There was nothing out of the ordinary. They were definitely having a good time, but I don't remember anybody standing out. There was no one giving off bad vibes or standing around, he said. He only realized that he'd served the pair today when his boss told him the girls might have been at the truck, he said. John Fletcher, the owner of the business, told DailyMail.com that no one from law enforcement has yet been in touch to request the footage or witness statements from staff. In the video, Kaylee appears to slur her words as she orders a single portion of $10 carbonara. "Hi, can I please have the carbonara?" she says, before offering to pay with points. Joe replied, "Looks like you don't have enough." "That's okay," she said. Kaylee, before paying $10 for the food while she ordered, Madison greeted a young man who was standing nearby, then returned to her. Now, I don't remember who said this for sure. It was someone in the chat. It was a while ago. And they said that Maddie tried to pay with her points, which I knew that wasn't true. And she got declined, and that's why Kaylee and Maddie were sharing food. And I'm like, no. Well, and we'll watch the Grub truck video too. I'm like, that's not what happened. And it clearly states right here that it was Kaylee that did all that. She was the one that had the points, but she didn't have enough on her card for the whole $10. So she said that's fine, and then she paid with her card or whatever. It says the pair then waited at the truck for around 10 minutes, talking with the other young kids who were waiting for food and taking photos of each other before walking away. It's unclear if they went straight home to their shared apartment on King Road, less than 1.5 miles away, or if they made one more stop that night. All four kids were savagely murdered in their shared house, stabbed to death, then left to bleed out. Despite the seriousness of the crime, and even though no one has been arrested yet, police are reassuring the community that there is nothing to fear. They believe it was a targeted attack and that they are not likely to harm anyone else. Police sources told DailyMail.com that the scene inside the home is the worst they've ever seen, with the victims left to bleed out following the brutal early morning attack. There was blood everywhere, said one source close to the investigation. We have investigators who have been on the job for 20, even 30 years, and they say they have never seen anything like this. One of the victims, understood to be 20-year-old Ethan Chapin of Conway, Washington, was discovered on the floor of the second level of the 3-story home. Okay, well, I don't know who that is, but okay. On Tuesday, police were seen collecting the contents of trash cans close to the slightly run-down fray-paneled home as part of the search for the edged weapon they believe was used in the killings. The trash was taken to a local garbage depot where hazmat suit cops were seen sifting through garbage bags in a screened-off shed. The new developments come after a day where local authorities issued statements with the local mayor describing it a crime of passion, and cops insisted it was a targeted crime. Cops in Moscow, a town of some 24,000 people right on the Washington state border, also were at pains to reassure locals that no one else is at risk, while saying in a statement released Tuesday that all 4 deaths are homicides. The statement said on November 13th, 2022 at 11:58 hours, Moscow Police Department officers responded to a call on King Road for an unconscious individual. Upon arrival, officers discovered 4 individuals who were deceased. The deaths have been ruled to be homicide. Police Captain Anthony Dallinger told the Idaho Statesman, "All I can say is that the deaths are ruled a homicide at this point, and homicide and murder are synonymous. Although no weapons have been located based on preliminary information, investigators believe that an edged weapon such as a knife was used. Autopsies are scheduled to be completed later this week and will hopefully provide more definitive information on the exact cause of the deaths. Also, based on information from the preliminary investigation, investigators believe this was an isolated, targeted attack and there is no imminent threat to the community at large. Investigators are continuing to work diligently on establishing a timeline of relevant events to recreate the victims' activities on the evening of November 12th and the early morning of November 13th, following all leads and identifying a person of interest." That's a lot of trash. I guess that was the rest of the that was all of the article. That's a lot of trash, though. Wow. Is there? I don't think we saw these earlier, but oh, we saw those ones. We just didn't see the trash one. They were probably hating life. I would be. So is there? Does anyone have any questions? ATS News, I was thinking that as I was reading. She said, "I don't know how they were so confident no one else was in danger." I don't understand how you can think that, yeah, like it's, how can you, I mean, I don't know how you can say it's even a crime of passion really at that point. Like, because the fact that there's 4 different victims, you know, and I feel like, shoot, like if I was a student at Washington or in Moscow, I would be wanting to go home. I would be out of there. I would be like, y'all figure this out and call me when you catch the person, and I'll come back after they're in jail. Tammy, it's very gruesome scene. Very gruesome. Let's see. Okay, back to my corner, Richie said. That's funny. Let me grab my vape here. Did you guys see your new emojis? If you haven't seen them yet, you have some earrings and a Cheez-It emoji. We got to get some more, though, for you. I was like, we were just in here last night, and I was like, we need to make some emojis really quick. And of course, I meant like, I wanted Vincent to do it on his own computer because I was going to do some work. But then he sat down here, and I was like, oh, guess I'll just sit back there with Nancy. I figured the Cheez-It will never get old, I feel like if you'll be like an OG of the channel if after a year or so. Like, we'll be like, oh, you don't know about the Cheez-It? We'll be laughing about, we'll be laughing about this. Isabel said, I still don't understand why they knew a knife man was on the loose and police patrols weren't stepped up when Buddy was killed. I don't know either. And then they said that this wasn't related, but they said that there were dead animal carcasses they found on some of the fraternities. Maybe the fraternities were doing it to each other. I don't know. But to me, that still is very, very weird. And Buddy the dog, yeah. That's sad. Was what removed? I missed the top. I don't know what you meant by you said, were they? I don't know, actually. I don't think so. What about the pic going around of a guy that looks to have the face shape of BK is wearing a weird black mask scene? Oh yeah. Oh no. No. I wish I could show you guys that picture. Oh my gosh, that I saw it. No. Oh my god, it's so ridiculous. I wonder if I could find it for you guys really quick. Let me see. What it like? So, oh, man, I wish I had like a better way to figure out how to find that picture for you guys. So there's a picture floating around, and have you ever seen the movie The Mask with Jim Carrey? And he puts that mask on his face and he turns into the mask, but like the 90s movie, he turns green. It's like that kind of a mask. Like a what are they called? Like an I don't know, like think of an actor's mask or whatever. The mask in the PCA that the person that did this crime was wearing was like a surgical type mask. It only covered his mouth and his nose, is what the PCA said. So it's only going to be like a face mask. So that's how Dylan was able to see the eyebrows. That mask, I don't know who got that and where they got it, but I heard that they edited the picture on Canva. So the mask, Jim Carrey was your first crush, Brooklyn. I like Jim Carrey too. He was like my first crush because he was so funny. But yeah, that's what it looks like, that mask. Like, I don't know. But to me, zero credibility, zero. I don't even know who put that out actually, but I just saw it floating around and I was like, no way. Just because like, it was just kind of funny. Hey, PS, and I saw hi Pisces was in here too. Hey, everybody. Welcome on in, everybody. Let's see where we're at next. We're going to play the Grub truck video. It's been a long time since I've watched this. A really long time. So those were just that was just kind of getting us started with the article there, just kind of getting us started with tonight. So if you're just now joining us, basically what we are doing on our next few lives, well, in the beginning of this live, we went over the new documents that came out. So basically what we're doing now is we're starting from the beginning of this, crazy case in Idaho. And we're starting from November the 12th. So the day, like the evening before, the homicides happened. The homicides happened in the early morning hours of the 13th. So basically what I am doing is just kind of showing you guys just everything that we had available to us on, not on the 12th, because of course we didn't know that crimes were going to happen, but the stuff, the first kind of pieces of information that we got. And I had to I could not find the Grub truck video on Twitch because it's like so far back and it's not something that they just like, I guess, want to be known for. So I did find this on YouTube, and I'm going to drop her link in the chat just because I feel bad if I don't, because I mean, I'm using her video and I appreciate her letting me do that. But yeah. So if you guys want to, you can always go over there to look at the Grub truck video as well. So, hey, Nookie, how you doing? How's your cow? We need a cow emoji. That's what we needed. Oh, man, that would have been a good one. Okay, so I'm not sure how loud this will be. I'll turn up the volume as we play. I hit play. I don't know if you guys want to put in headphones if you want to listen to what they're saying. If you have any questions, just let us know in the chat, and I will make sure I keep my eye on the chat while we're watching this. And if you guys don't mind just hitting that thumbs up button, appreciate that. It's free. And subscribe to the channel. We love to have you.
No, it's amusing though. It's fun to watch other people dance. Have a good night. Bye. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thanks. I would like the
I meant to ask you guys, is there anybody in the chat that's never seen this? Like, put a 1 in the chat if you've never seen the Grub truck video before. And then, I mean, because you never know. You never know. That would be kind of cool if there was people that hadn't seen it too. Me too, Regina. Wish I was psychic and I could figure that out. I'm not good. I don't really believe in psychics, but you know. Nope, everyone's seen it, I think. Okay. Well, if you haven't seen it, you can throw one in there. And it's only this. I'm only playing like the 10 minutes that they're there. I'm not playing like, you know, really before or after that. But as you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, Kaylee and Maddie will be there. And then Jack Showalter, or hoodie guy, is in the upper left-hand corner. And you can kind of just see him with his head down. So you can, I mean, like when you watch the video, you can kind of see why people were a little bit suspicious of him, because he just kind of sat back and he didn't really say anything and nobody knew who he was. And, you know, just kind of weird, I think.
The carbonara. But if I have like a free Grub truck on my like app.
Oh, yep. So what you want to do is we'll actually do this.
Show you your work in the gym. Still like.
Cool. Thank you.
Absolutely.
How many more do you need? That's the second one? Awesome.
Dawn's mom.
Oh, wait. Yeah, one more.
Maybe I didn't have a free one.
Right here.
And then what was the next?
Don't forget to remove the
The
spoon.
The
carbonara.
carbonara Mac of the week.
Here, I'll grab it for you.
Excellent. And then click see rewards.
Enjoy.
And it looks like you've not quite have enough points yet.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Then you
$10.
I just want to point this out really quick. If these girls were like big time, you know, drug pushers, I don't think that they'd be worried about a damn coupon or points on their phone at the carbonara truck, like at the Grub truck. I just kind of thought that when we were watching it. So I don't think they'd be really worried about that.
You have a big burrito pork here for you.
Cool. Thank you.
47. Thank you very much. Where's the pen go, guys? Where's my pen? How are you guys doing?
How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Seem to have lost my pen, but that's fine. What can I get for you?
Can I get
Just 2 John Buns?
Definitely. I get
Thank you.
and pork tacos. Oh yeah. How many pork tacos would you like? Just come with one. It's one, but they're like 6 to 7 ounce tacos. They're not like small little street tacos. I normally eat 2, 3 is a lot for me.
So one would be fine if I was getting pasta or
Yeah, that's gonna be
I better
almost 2 pounds of
I
food.
better get 2.
Okay, you got it.
I got
2 pork tacos? Done. 1 5 cheese, 1 basil pesto, 2 pork tacos, $24.50 for you.
Thank you.
2 Don's Moms.
$79. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna do this. Hold on. If we decide, since we listed.
Oh, people have fallen. People have fallen over reduced reviews. Sorry, I'm talking to Twitch stream. Oh, you're so good.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. How are you doing? Pretty good. I'm doing extremely well. What sounds good?
Can I get a big burrito?
Yeah. For the big burrito, would you like pork or chicken? Chicken. Got it. And then you said a Mountain Dew?
Yes, please.
Excellent. Big burrito chicken and a Mountain Dew. We're going to do $11. There's Mountain Dew and order 80. Thank you very much.
Hello. I need 2 chicken burritos with extra slaw.
2 chicken burritos with extra. $19 for you.
I know I have a $6 waiting for me. Would like to eat it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
So,
What's your reward?
ha ha ha. There you go.
Fuck, I just hit your jacket. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
$13. Hell yeah.
Worth it.
Oh, always. Order 81. Thank you. Extra slot? Is that a charge? No, it's not a charge. It's just a modifier. Hello.
They have Apple Pay.
How's
We
your night
have
going?
Apple Pay,
Of
right?
course we do.
Of course you have Apple Pay. Yes. Hi, camera. Okay.
Chicken taco. You got it.
I'll do the 5 cheese mac and cheese. Please.
Okay.
I know you're weather outreach.
No, please. No, I'm getting yours no matter what.
I will say for Maddie and Kaylee being like intoxicated, now that I'm watching this, like, you know, again for like, and it's been like, I don't know, 9 months or 8 months since we've watched it. Those girls that are ordering right now seem way more intoxicated and inebriated than, you know, Kaylee and Maddie do. I feel like she was like, "Hey, camera." I thought that was kind of cute. Oh, to be in your 20s again, you know?
Please, he's waiting. We'll do 2 5 cheese mac and cheese.
Like, I'm adding 2 or you're making it, it's now 2?
Oh,
Sorry.
2.
You're adding 2. Excellent. Gotcha. Okay. Anything else?
3? Come on.
And here you can see like Kaylee, I'm pretty sure she's texting Jack Decor on her phone.
You're the last one. Okay.
You got it. So I have a chicken taco and 3 5 cheese mac and cheeses.
Yes.
Okay. 27.75.
Hey.
How many apples in the mac of the week? 0, TJ. 0. Order 82. Thank you. Can I get?
We already voted by cheese mac and cheese.
Wait, you got one?
Yeah, come on.
Oh my god. Can I get a magnifier? You got it, man. One magnifier, $9 for you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's going.
That's
Of course. Awesome. Dessert burrito fort's ready.
Order 83.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and then it's all on you. I was letting go.
Time to start
warm
the
job?
old car. It's been a while since.
I forgot about this part. Okay, so I'm going to turn the volume down here in a second because somebody like, I don't know what it was, like maybe on the Twitch stream, somebody like put in a code and so it just says like, I don't know, it's just annoying for a minute. It just like repeats like a letter or something. So I'm here in a second. I'm just going to like pause it, like not mute. I'm just going to mute it for just a second and then I'll put it right back on.
This engine started. Let's see.
Or I'll just lower it.
V V V V V V V V V V V V V. V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V.
Okay.
The battery is dead. Better luck next time.
For what? First time I used, well, NFC. I don't have an Apple device, so it wasn't Apple Pay. I was desperate.
For donuts?
For donuts, yes.
Never used like a phone NFC pay. I guess unless you count the tap on the card.
Wait, say that again?
Never used my phone until at like a store.
Oh, really?
Always had my cards.
Okay. It's because you're too prepared, Derek.
It's because I try not to forget my wallet. It's a good reason.
That's smart, Derek. It's probably good to not lose your wallet. Guys, yeah, great ticket times, honestly. Like, Luke, Tebow, really solid.
Joe, how
All right,
close are we
back
to
in.
you sitting down on Friday nights?
I mean, that was a solid rush. It's a good thing that it ended, but this is Friday and Saturday in a row that got you down round one. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot, guys.
Somebody tell me that this isn't Shia LaBeouf at the Carbonara truck. He got a new gig. Can't go to Hollywood. Can't be in Hollywood anymore, but he got himself a new gig. Let me know in the chat, like as we're watching this, let me know in the chat what you guys used to eat. What was your go-to food at the end of the night? Like, you know, if you like shut down the bars or if you just had people over at your house, let me know. I would just love to know. Mine was trying to think of what it's called. Oh my gosh, I can't think of it now. Oh my gosh, I can't think of what they're called now. And they smell so good. Gyros, gyro, whatever they're called. It's just that smell of the food. It's good. It's good stuff. Cheese fries, Somerset. Pizza. Oh, pizza's good. PSA, why was Jack D watching the girl so closely like a bodyguard? I think because in a way he kind of was. I think he was there to just look over them, make sure they got home okay. I mean, I side-eyed him for a good, I mean, not like a long time, but a good day though. Like a good couple hours, I was like. And then, you know, the article came out like the next day or like a couple of days later and it explained like who he was and how he knew the girls. Because at first we didn't know who this kid was. When we were judging him over here, we didn't know that he was even with them. They looked like they had walked up about the same time, but it looked like he could have also been following him or following them. You know, we really didn't know. Oh, Taco Bell, yeah, Flashing the Cheese. That's so funny. Oh my gosh, I used to love Taco Bell. Oh, Bracken. Oh, I hope he's okay. Is it Bracken a boy or a girl? I can forget. Let me know. I think Bracken's a girl. And I think that's why I was like, I thought it was a boy this whole time. Denny's. Oh, you guys got some good ones. Oh yeah, Denny's. And like IHOP, all the breakfast joints. Oh yeah. I'm liking the way you guys are thinking. I'm gonna get hungry. I'm like, now I'm getting hungry. Let me see. Carne asada fries. Oh, or pierogies. Oh, Brooklyn, you got good taste. You need to teach me how to make pierogies so I can make them for Vincent. I would love to like make him something good. I'm such a bad cook when it comes to like that kind of stuff. My mom was good at that. So if you guys haven't, like, if this is your first time watching this or it's your first time watching it in a while, let me know if you guys seen anything that you didn't notice before. Now that, look at this guy in the back though. What's he doing? Is he talking to somebody or is he facing the wall? Like, I mean, I'm just curious to know what he's doing because I just happened to look. But do you guys see like the bottom left hand of the screen? The guy like standing towards the brick wall. I wonder what he's doing. Giving himself a pep talk, maybe? Very weird. I don't know. He's just hanging out back here. Maybe he'll come forward and we can see who it is.
Extra slow in a second. This bad boy.
I think he's talking to somebody. Okay. No, the other guy. Oh, maybe it's the bottom right for you guys. Maybe it's like where the girl with the white jacket is. There's two guys back there. I could only see one in the shadows, and it looked like he was like talking to himself. But you can see them both now.
Tebow's thinking to himself, if I start slowing down on Meg, maybe I'll get to sit down. He's going to try to sabotage me.
I actually was wondering if I was going too slow and you were going to switch it back, and I was really scared of that. That's what I was scared of. Nope.
Yes, let that fear.
You guys like the highest stick time I saw was 13 minutes, which is I'm very satisfied. You guys have worked on the truck, and Derek and I have been the ones on grill and Mac, and we've had longer ticket times than that. Like, you're doing well.
Really? I got news for you.
Hell yeah. All right, what did I miss? Reduce, reuse, malls. Yeah.
That gets on my nerves. And then like they want their numbers to be called so bad.
Are you doing super popular? Tomahawks, what's the side for? Hello. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing extremely well. What sounds good?
Yes, a death by garlic and extra into it.
Yeah, definitely. Death by garlic. We'll add chicken to it. Anything else for you?
And then can I do the 5 cheese?
And 5 cheese?
Yes. Can I add chicken to that?
Of course. We're doing death by garlic with chicken, 5 cheese with chicken. Anything else? Love it. $23. Do you guys have any NFC go-go band? Any whatever sort of payment you have on your phone, we can take. Order 84. Thank you. We do not have the scan one though. So like if you're trying to pay with Cash App, you have to like scan a thing. We don't have any sort of QR crap. How are you doing?
Sorry, good.
Oh, no. Good. Excellent. Sorry. What can I get you?
Can I get 2 chicken tacos?
2 chicken tacos. You got it.
What big burrito?
$7.50 if that's everything for you.
Or just slide?
Yeah, slide, tap, insert, facing you with the chip, any other. Order 85. Thank you.
Can I do the big burrito? But I'm really
Cheese sauce.
Can I get it on that? The Chipotle slaw?
Yes, you absolutely
And then-
can.
Son of a gun. I was going to look something up really quick. I want to know how far this is going to be so bad. Moscow, Idaho is from, if you go from LA. Well, Hacienda. Yeah. Let's see. Jeez Louise, why do they got to be up so far up north? It's a 20-hour trip. 18 hours. Don't threaten me with a good time because we're going to California. Don't think I won't go over to Idaho because I'm still wanting to see the drive from Kohlberger's house to the crime scene and back, like for myself. I like to do things by myself. You know what I mean? Like, especially when it's like something like this. I feel like we've been talking about this case so long. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, a plane ride wouldn't be too bad. But I could see Vincent being like, we're doing this the right way. We're going and we're renting us in a Elantra. Like, he would be, if Vincent's into something, he's totally in, you know? So White Castle sliders. I used to like the chicken rings from White Castle. That's funny. Those used to be so good. Oh, 20 hours from your house in Chico. Oh, that's not too bad. It's well, because we go to where we go is Hacienda Heights. It's a little community outside of LA. It's mostly Asian people, all of them, like 90%. I'm the odd one out, and it's so like crazy to me because I'm such a sheltered person over here in Ohio, you know, where everybody looks like me. So when Vincent first took me out there the first time, he's like, "You're gonna love this." And he loved it because, you know, it was just out of my element, but I love it. Mozzarella sticks. That sounds good too. Look at me, I'm wanting to eat food now. But that's why we're having a kind of a laid back live tonight, because this one's going to be like the shorter of the, you know, of the lives. No, I mean, like we've been here for a little while, but you know what I mean. I wanted to play this next video. The next one I wanted to play was the one with Maddie, Kaylee, and Jack. If you want to grab some headphones, because this audio is very, very low. But do you remember everyone was saying that at the end of this video, they said they're going to get you for this? Well, I don't hear it in the video. I never did hear it in the video. So I don't know if that was like something that somebody added in later on to audio, but I'll show you the video from, you know, when it first like was released. Here, let me rewind it back, and I'll play it a couple times. That way you guys can hear it. Come on. What is it doing? Why is it being so? Why is it doing that? Is it because I blew it up? That's weird. Let me stop sharing this. Let me figure that out. That's like you can hear it, but you can't see the video very well. Okay. Oh, there it is. That okay, that was weird. It just went away. So hold on. Okay. Let's try this again, guys. Sorry about that. Let's see if it'll work now. And like I said, I'm going to let it play a couple times for you guys. I don't know why it's doing this. It's just being really slow for me. Dang you, Fox News. Be good to me. All I heard was, what did you tell Adam? I told Adam everything. If that's what I'm thinking that I'm hearing. Do you guys hear anything different? The last thing you hear is I told Adam everything. Yeah, me too, Jan. I'm thinking that because I know that there was audio out there and people were saying, oh no, it said they're going to get you for this at the end. And I'm having a feeling because you remember fake audio came out in the beginning of this case. Maybe somebody just added that at the end because there is a little bit of room at the end of the tape if you wanted to add something, you know. But the only thing I heard was, what did you tell Adam? I told Adam everything. Like, you know. Yeah, I don't hear that. Yeah, I don't hear that either. That's why I was like, I saw this video today. I was like, oh, that's a good one to play. You think it's been doctored? Me too. I wonder who did it. Wonder who did it. I'm going to start knocking on people's doors and being like, stop putting out fake stuff. Because we can't take their YouTube channel, apparently. But I think Joseph Morris is actually off the platform. Good night, Nookie. Are you going to bed? I just saw Danielle say good night. I didn't see the chat. Oh, good night, Nookie. Have a good evening. Have a good evening. So there's just a couple more things I was going to go over with you guys. Just the timeline. And then I have like a detailed timeline of like their Venmo text and things of that nature that evening. He does say something like, I thought you could hear them kind of saying something like down the way, but I can't pick up that on my headphones. I don't know if it's like static from the camera. You know who I should have listened to this? I should have Vincent listen to that. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll have him listen to it. He might have good ears, but I have pretty good ears. But, I know, Sharon. Yeah, they wouldn't make it to the next day. I know. And they were doing everything right. I mean, because no offense to like myself, but I didn't always make the right decision. You know what I mean? When I would go out with my friends, I didn't always, you know, have somebody to drive me back or to have a friend to walk with me to a point A to point B, using the buddy system. You know, I think when I was younger, I just thought I was like invincible or something, apparently. But these girls were like buddy system. They were just doing everything right. I'm not engaging in any of the audio. Yes. Yeah. Then it was nice when Joseph Morris one came out, and then Ichamel kind of tore that apart. But yeah, Ashley said I should have died. And there's a whole big number there. Yeah, that's me. What if there were people talking right underneath the camera and everything got jumped out? Could have. I would sing to people when I would get drunk and walk home. Like people that were walking, because we lived in a small town, so people would like hook up at the end of the night, and then you would hear me behind them. And I had a song that I would sing. Total Eclipse of the Heart. That's the song. I would sing the full song too, like all 18 minutes of it. We would walk home from, the bar, and I would sing it to everybody. All these people are hooking up. They're like looking at me like, why is this girl following us singing? I was a singer though. I don't know if I could have done a cartwheel, but definitely have ran in some heels though before. So here it says 11:12, Kaylee and Maddie at Corner Club, 202 North Main Street. And then I'm trying to put these in order. That was till 1:30. And then at 1:40, Kaylee and Maddie are seen at the Grub truck. And you can see the red dots too, where they're kind of connecting them. 11:13 at 1:45. Okay, this is at 1:45. So remember, they do change this to 1:56. But at 1:45, Kaylee and Maddie at residence. 11:12, it shows Ethan and Xana attended Sigma Chi party. And then at 1:45, Ethan and Xana were at the residence. And then it shows you the residence there as well. Then I just wanted to show you guys this stuff too. What's this? Maybe I'll pin this and play it tomorrow. Just want to, I got like a bunch of like little windows open. Let me see here. So we're going to start on the 12th here. It says Kaylee posted her last Instagram post, photos of all the roommates together with Ethan, caption, "One lucky girl to be surrounded by these people every day." And that's the picture I showed you in the beginning of the live that we saw, the first picture together. And at 9 a.m., the Idaho Lumberjack Classic. So it was axe throwing classic that they had. At 10:31 a.m., Maddie paid Kaylee with a note that said coffee, and it was Venmo. At 10:59 a.m., Ethan paid Kaylee with a note that said thank you. At 11:10 a.m., Ethan paid Kaylee with a note, yeah. And those are all Venmo. And then it says other here. At 12:30, the WSU versus Arizona State, and it was a home game. At 2:30 p.m., Kaylee called her mom after sending pictures and telling her about how much fun she and Maddie had at the Pi Beta Phi party last night. 4 p.m., final Vandal football home game against UC Davis. At 8:40 p.m., Ethan Chapin makes Venmo payment, and it's his final activity to Jack K with a note that says thanks. At 9 p.m., Bethany Funk observes Ethan Chapin and Xana Kernodle at the Sigma Chi house. At 10 p.m. to 1:30 a.m., Kaylee Gonzalez and Madison Mogan are observed on CC footage inside the Corner Club. 10:04 to 10:16 p.m., the police, Officer Tisdaw and Officer Rosendahl, on Deacon Avenue with a male and female that were walking, and it says issued MIC citation to female. At 10:15 p.m., Kaylee and Madison are picked up from their house by private party driver Eric Growler. At 10:20, Maddie and Kaylee arrive at the Corner Club. And then we'll just stop there because that's when it starts at on the 13th. We'll start on the 13th tomorrow. Let me go back to the chat. I can't see when I'm on the other screen. Brooklyn singing this song. It's so funny. I actually, it's that song is like really near and dear to me because not only did I always sing it when I was drunk, but after my car accident, when I was still in my wheelchair, I had a benefit party was held for me, and I wanted to dance. I didn't care. I didn't care that I couldn't get on my legs and dance. I just wanted to dance. So I was out there, like my mom saw me by myself And I didn't care. Like I was only out there for like 2 seconds, like at that point. And she came out and danced with me. And so we karaoke'd to that song. And I have that on video of us. And it's just like something that I'll always hold in, hold in my heart. I was dumb, but that's where I grew up, East English Village, Detroit. I wasn't born at a dumb place. I was brought to a dumb place. That is a classic, Danielle. Or maybe I'll sing that for you guys one of these days. If I get 100,000 subscribers, I will sing the whole song, all 18 minutes or whatever. It's really like 8 minutes, but I'll sing the whole version of it. I used to sing actually karaoke that at the bars too. That was my song. Our girl was a gymnast. She was. She really was. She had the funnest TikToks too, Xana did. Something about Xana's eyes. Something about her eyes are so they're welcoming or something. I said that like the first day I saw her, like we saw a picture of her. What? 10,000 piece puzzle set? That's crazy. We have one of those. I think it's probably 10,000 pieces too. We got it for Christmas, like a Christmas party we went to. We've never put it together. We probably never will. We should though. We should put it together because then we could frame it or something. Isabel said I'm unsubscribing. Xana did have a bright glow about her. She really did. She really, really did. I'll go ahead and take the screen off. I'm going to close some of these windows down. And then tomorrow on our live, what we're going to do is we're going to start on the 13th, the night of the 13th. So like at midnight. And I'll keep that. Oh, let me see if I can. I want to show you some cute pictures. This is a good way to end the live right here. Look at that. Little Maddie K. Look how chunky. She's so chunky. Don't even really think good. No, I don't. Isabel said I'm unsubscribed. She would unsubscribe just so she could subscribe back to be the 100,000th one. Don't you dare end the live. I don't have to end it right yet, but here in a few minutes. Vince is on his way back from Columbus just now, I think. So I'm like, oh, wow. Kind of late. Oh, but he went some. I got something. I think I got something today. I think he got me another monitor because he just bought me this monitor. Like I had a 32-inch monitor. It was big, but it was just older. I don't know. It's like 5 years old, 6 years old. So he got me this one and you can like flip it and you can like raise it and do all kinds of stuff with it. And it's been a lifesaver because it's up higher to where I can see you guys better. But I told him I wish I had an extra one, like to control, like just to have just for my chat so I could see the chat better. Because the iPad's a little like, this is a little small when you're blind in one eye. So I'm always like trying to look at the chat. But he said something about going to Micro Center. So maybe he got me one. Look at that. That'd be really nice. By the time this trials ever gets underway, we may hear you sing. You might. I've sang on the show before. I've sang on the show. Hey, Tequila. I have a couple times. I don't know what I've sang, but just stuff that's popped in my head. I'm contagious. Touch me, BS. Give me what you've got. I might have to get a microphone for like a special microphone because I got to have like, got to do the whole thing. I need like a microphone stand. I need like a fancy dress and everything. Danielle, Vincent is an amazing person. He really is. I even told my counselor today, sometimes I don't know how he puts up with me. Like, I really don't. That was the other picture I wanted to show you. Look at that face. Isn't she cute? Very cute. I wanted to show you those little pictures of Olivia's daughter. She's getting big. I feel like Olivia just had her. Get that drink in me. I swear I'm Shakira. That's funny. No, I'm either like I become a different person sometimes, like when I drink. Like it's either I'm one of, like that's why I don't drink. I'm either friends with everybody, or it's like the opposite. Like last time I drank, like last time I got drunk was probably 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago. And let me tell y'all, wasn't good, wasn't pretty. I don't remember half the night, but I don't remember this part. But Vincent told me the next day that apparently everybody that walked by me in the bar, I was sitting outside talking to him on the phone. Everybody that walked by, I was yelling at them. Like I was being mean to everybody, he said. And that's, you guys know me. Like this is really me all the time. I'm not a mean person. It takes a lot to get me mean. So I must have been drinking some tequila. They must have had me off of my normal regiment that night. I don't even remember. So I'm like, that's brown liquor to behavior. It is. But I drink brown liquor normally. I drink Jim Beam and Bud Light. That's what I drank. Used to drink straight. Like I was hardcore. I could drink with the best of them. But now I don't drink at all. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking of a drink. I probably wouldn't mind like a margarita at the pool or something, but you know. I'm chewing a beer can now, Steve said. It does. It feels like, yeah, Harlow. No, it does. It feels like it's been very, 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 very fast. This has been a very fast. I mean, everything's going by quick. I mean, it's going to be October before we know it. Do you think we're going to get a trial in October? Because they're acting like they're going to. 3-day hangovers. Oh yeah, levitate. Me too. A levitating elephant. I switched that, you know, the smoking for, or the drinking for the smoking in my older age. I don't know. Tequila, she said you could tell it's my favorite drink. I get crazy on tequila. I do. But that's what tequila does to people. It just does. I'm just laughing at the chat. My kids try to get me to drink. They said, "We love drunk mom." Drunk moms are fun. My mom, when she would get tipsy, a whole different person would come out. It was like she always had a great personality, but she would just be like 20 times funnier and like quick with it, like with the comebacks and everything. It was just very, very cool. Tequila makes you chill, legendary. Yeah. I don't. If that's that's why I probably don't drink too, because I'd want to smoke. Because like I used to smoke, and then so I just don't do either. 21 and 15. I hear you. So are they going to allow cameras on the 18th? That's a good question, Diana. I don't know. I'm assuming that they will. But what I'm thinking what they're going to do for trial, and this is just what I'm thinking. So you know how they've been with the cameras, they've been recording it live while they're in there, but then they release it at the end of like the court day. So with them being on Pacific time, I'm 3 hours behind. So we won't get the documents, or not documents, I'm sorry. We won't get the trial. Like if that's how they do the court, like, you know, the actual trial, like they don't give it to us until like the end of the day. We won't get it until like 8:15 by the time that they review it and they hurry and get it out online. So just be ready to pitch a tent and sleep a little during the day, because you probably have a lot of late nights if you want to watch the trial, because I'll be streaming it. I mean, even if it's at night, we're not going to be a day behind. We're not doing that. We're going to be streaming the day of, the night of, because we've been waiting a long time for this. You're allergic? Oh no. Oh, she breaks out handcuffs. Oh my God, I love it. That's me. That's me. That's me. No. Every time they're like, Tanya, we're here to get you. And I'm like, no. Would you believe that? Who grabbed my buzz? The legendary said. No, I was never really in that much trouble. I always would be the one that would get in trouble, though. If there was one of us that was going to get in trouble, it was Tanya. Me and my best friend, she would never get in trouble. It would always be me. Like, and she was way worse than me. This is crazy. You think it'll be televised? Or it will be televised, you think? I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully that it is. Because if it is, then we can just stream it and we can watch it during the day and all that good stuff. But I mean, I don't mind doing it at night. I don't mind. We'll just be, I might pass out a little bit, but just yell at me and through the chat. I'll put you guys on like my speakerphone or something. So if I start to fall asleep, you guys can wake me up. Because it's going to, I mean, if they do it that way, it would be, 8 hours at night. So, but either way, we're going to do it. But thanks for coming tonight. So maybe, I don't know if we'll do Idaho tomorrow. We'll see where we're at. I want to do some more with Rachel Morin, but there's not a whole lot that's come out with her yet, like as of right now. But I think in a couple of days, I'm hoping that there'll be more information. Also, Lindsay Shiver, there's a little bit of information out on her. So maybe we could do like a dual live with that, like a couple different people. And then who else? Leilani Simon goes back to court here soon. Let me see. September, next month. And I think that's it. I know we have more. I just can't think right now of what they are, but we do. I'm going to put the chat membership link in the chat if anyone wants to join. And I'll be back on tomorrow at 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. If you guys are members or if you're not members and you want to become members, we did do a members only live yesterday. So if you guys want to, you can check it out. When is Sarah Boone going to trial? Alicia, let me look that up. That was one I didn't have wrote down. Or I did, but I didn't have her, like her trial date. Let's see if we can find that out real quick. October 2nd. Are you frigging kidding? How is that going to be possible? Is that 16 hours of streaming a day? We could do one case in the morning, do one case in the evening. I might need a drink. Legendary said I'll be live tomorrow at 8:14, guys. You're sneaky legendary. Oh, but thank you guys so much for being here. And you guys have a great night. Don't forget, if you guys don't mind, just hitting the like button on the way out, the subscribe button, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. So have a great night, guys. Bye.